Hey Emma, so today I'm left alone to man the bakery. It's kind of a big deal. It's a step up. It means I'm being trusted and entrusted with the entire franchise slash business. It's a big deal. I'm only gonna be left for like 15 minutes because just until I guess the dump and back, but I'm pretending like it's a big deal. And so I actually have a few like videos from yesterday. They're really just the same thing because I didn't want to like videotape the people at the farmers market I went to yesterday. Because I was working for the bakery. We went to a farmers market, and so I was there with like my cousin and my brother. And it was a good time. But I expected to see people who would be like, "Oh, I like eating healthy food because that's what I don't know. That's why I went to a farmers market." There were those people, and they were nice, and it was like, oh, that's cool. We also traded bread with other people who were selling things, and we were like, oh, I'll trade you bread for mustard. Oh, I'll trade you bread for some burritos. They had burritos there. It was this is the second part of that hello. So yesterday at the farmer's market, there was a lady with her dressed up cat, and she was walking her cat amongst the people there. Because that is what you do. I'm pretending that I'm not talking to a camera because that'd be weird. Some person just creepily drove by and was like, what is that girl doing? I'm talking to a camera. So there was a lady who dressed up her cat and walked around. There was a elderly lady who talked to herself. There was a man who asked questions and asked for free samples, even to the musicians, and now there's legit someone playing. Okay, third part, because that's more people who like pull up, but then they don't actually come into the bakery, and it kind of creeps me out. I also like when people look at me as they drive by. It gives me the creeps. It's like, are you gonna come in here? You're gonna think I'm weird because I'm filming myself, talking to Emma, even though Emma's not here, and no one else is. Anyways, so there was a man who asked for free samples, even to the musicians that were there. Musicians there were a good time too. At one point, one lady like made song, just got on her phone, walked away, and left for an hour. Then she came back with a child, and we're like, that poor kid, because she was like about our age. She was like texting and pretending that she wasn't there with her mom, who was like in her 40s, singing at a farmer's market with a random man with his African drum. It was a good time. Again, people just keep walking by. They keep being like, oh, you're coming in. And they're just like, oh no, I'm just looking at you. Smiling and then walking past you. And I'm like, okay, bro, have fun. You parked right in front of my shop, but then went to the two stores like adjacent to it. So I honestly don't know how long this video is, and I plan on just putting it up in one shop. And now it's like 8 videos. That'd be awkward. It's like, oh hey Emma, continue with my same story. But anyways, Jim decided that he wanted to make a documentary of him making fun of the other bread seller at the farmer's market, because there's like a pretty much bread wars, that's what he wants to call it also. There's this other bakery, and when my dad was like, oh my god, there's a new bakery in town. Oh, there's a new bakery in town. Another person just walked by. There's a new bakery in town, but it's not like in our town, it's like in the area. And so he went over to go like talk to them and be like, oh well, if you want to like, we could coordinate our like, I don't know, bagging shipments, we can both get bags together and it'll save us money and stuff. And so he went over there to talk to them, and he was like, oh, can I see your oven? Because I had like, I don't forget, he loves ovens, okay? So he was going to go over to see the oven, and the lady at the front desk was the lady who was like at the cashier was like, oh my god, yeah, that'll be fun. She was really nice. And then he went and saw the oven. Or he was on his way to the oven, and then like the owner of the shop came back and was like, we don't show the oven to the enemy, because apparently my little bakery is the enemy. And so the lady was like, well, I already have him this close to the oven, we're going to go show him the oven. And my dad was like, yee, nice cashier lady. But now we don't like that bakery. And that bakery was there, and they had this guy who I'm pretty sure I don't even know what his name was, but he was a nice guy too. We offered him our bread, so he gave us a slice of like a piece of his bread, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna figure out what you do to this bread. Not really, because we just ate it and we're like, is it good? I don't know, because I haven't tried it yet.